Hey, this is the biggin coming back at you here. Tonight I'm gonna go over two juices from FusionVapor.com. The first one is gonna be the Griffin. Um, in my last video, I had started steeping the Griffin, and I let it steep for about 5 days. Um, as you can tell, kind of got a dark maple color to it. Um, let it steep for about 5 days. Um, it's kind of got a fruity, uh, nutty, candy, spicy taste to it. It's really hard to describe. Uh, kind of a really crazy juice. It's one of my favorites. Um, for me, it's a great all-day vape. I'm going to be vaping this on a 3-ohm tube tank cartomizer on the Volcano lava tube, right around 5 volts. So let's give this a couple of hits and see what we get. Um, right off the bat, I get a little bit of black cherry, definitely with a kind of a spicy caramel, nutty flavor. Um, it changes every time you vape it. It's got about 3 or 4 different flavors on the draw, and each one's a little different. The exhale's right about the same. That kind of a nut, candy, caramel flavor a little bit. Um, produces some really good vapor. Um, gives a throat hit. About a three and a half. It's not super heavy throat hit, but it's warm. Um, it's a smooth, consistent throat hit through the draw. Um, kind of got a soft, warm exhale. The vapor's not real harsh, but it is warm and soft. Like I said, it's great all day vape, especially in the evening time. It's got some really relaxing flavors. It's really hard to pick up what the fruit is other than black cherry. There's a little more to it than just black cherry. Um, maybe a little bit of a maple flavor, and I mean just a slight note of it. The spice, it's kind of hard to figure out what the spice is too. It's not a cinnamon spice. I'd say it's more of a holiday spice, like some nutmeg or some clove. Clove would probably be a closer description of it. Really, really good. Mm. Produces great vapor too. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Um, I just can't get enough of it. Um, next will be another Fusion Vapor. This one's called Krankberry. In my last video, I talked a little bit about some of the other ones I had steeping. The Krankberry, my brother got on his last order from Fusion Vapor. Um, he he let me try it, and I just really really liked it. Um, I'll be out somewhere vaping this, and I mean it just automatically just grabs people's attention. Um, it's blue, as you can see. It's a very nice candy blue. Same style tank, uh, 3 ohm tube tank cartomizer. Um, This is probably my second favorite thus far. I had a second favorite, which I'll be doing a review on that one later on. Um, but this one's just really killer. It's a great attention grabber just off the aroma that it gives. Um, let's go ahead and give this one a try. This one I like especially. It doesn't really matter what voltage you throw to it. It stays consistent from low range to high range, and I can vape anywhere from as low as 3 volts as high as 6 volts on this. We're going to keep it around the same. For me, I found the sweet spot's right around 5 volts. That's where it really pops the best. Produces some great vapor. Really soft, silky, kind of fluffy vapor on the way out. The way that vapor feels in my mouth, if that makes any sense. But let's go ahead and give it some hits and see what we get out of this one. Okay, right off the bat, raspberry candy. Um, Definitely what I taste. Mm. There's just a little bit of cranberry in there. The raspberry really pops the most. Um, on the draw, it tastes like the blue Bubblicious. For those of you who remember Bubblicious or still chew it, I'll still grab a pack once in a while in the store when I can find it, when I'm in the mood for it. Very smooth. Throat hit of about 1.5. There's almost no throat hit, so it's super, super smooth. So if you're sensitive to the throat hits, um, you can definitely go ahead and just put this one in the bank because it is guaranteed a favorite. There's no acidic taste to it at all, like you would think with maybe a raspberry or cranberry flavoring, having kind of that acidic taste, like a sweet tart acidic. There's no acidic taste at all. One of the options he offers with this crankberry, you can add a menthol hit to it for a cool, refreshing exhale and aftertaste. This does not have the menthol. I'm definitely going to order this, but I'm also going to order a smaller bottle of the menthol. I'm not a big menthol fan, so I don't want to have a whole lot of it on menthol in the event that I don't like it. If you've got menthol flavoring, you could probably add some menthol juice to it. But as far as the menthol, I don't know how he does it, so I don't really have any comparison on this. When I do get the crankberry with the menthol, I'll do another review on the menthol crankberry and see how it goes from there. I get a blueberry cotton candy on the exhale. Um, the cranberry, that real slight subtle hint of cranberry is just right there on the draw in the beginning. Just after you get over that raspberry flavor. Great, great vape. Any time of the day, any time of the night. It's definitely going to grab eyes and noses when you're out somewhere. Um, I was at a local vape shop today, and I was vaping on it, and some customers came in, and I took about 3 good pulls off of it. And they turned and looked at me, and they just had to know what it was. So I put a little safety tip over my tip and let them try it, and they fell in love with it, and they said they were going to go home and order some of it tonight. So hopefully they do. Shane, this goes out to you. Hopefully you'll get some really big hits and orders off of this, just off the crankberry alone. So Shane, if you're watching this, Phenomenal mix, man. Really, really good. Um, Love it. Several people that I've vaped it around and let tried it, they love it. My brother gave me enough to fill up my Artemis tank, which that's what I'm using on this. It's a 7 mil tank. Um, he gave me just enough for about a tank and a half. I just topped it off right before I started doing this. Um, I'm gonna be really disappointed when I run out if my next order Krankberry hasn't come in, because this is really, really good. For some of y'all who might remember the corner drugstore candy, all the different types of candies you could get at the corner drugstore when you were a kid. Um, I'm not quite old enough to remember that, but I remember my mom and dad and grandparents talking about the corner drugstore candies and some of the things that they talked about that they used to get. That this right here just fulfills what they were talking about to me. I can only imagine how good those old fashioned corner drugstore candies were. Um, Sweet, smooth, not a lot of acidicness to them. Really, really phenomenal. It's just really good. Produces a lot of vapor. Um, I'll go ahead and crank this on up to 6 volts. You can't overheat this juice. At least not in a two tank cartomizer setup like this. Mm. That was at 6 volts. That was really, really warm. Um, just like fresh made blueberry cotton candy. If you've ever had just straight out of the drum cotton candy like that, um, it just pops. I mean, just a major explosion of raspberry on that. Um, it's just really, really good. It's really phenomenal. Mm. But that's what I've got so far. Don't want to run over my time limit too much here, but again, I'm Biggin, formerly known as Adam. Check out FusionVapor.com. Really, really great, great juices. My favorite, the Griffin. Krankberry, another favorite. You can't go wrong with it. Just so you'll, as you can tell, it's nice and blue. And that Griffin, so good, so mythical, so intriguing. It really just, the Griffin will keep you guessing, no doubt about it. I mean, it'll just keep you guessing all the way through and just nonstop vaping. Um, just about every time I order from Fusion, I always just automatically re up on the Griffin just because I love it so much. Uh, don't get the Griffin too hot because then it kind of bitters out on you a little bit, tastes a little scorched. So, but that's with me. Everybody's a little different. Everybody has their own taste. But I'm gonna hopefully he'll see this. Rip Trippers. Hope you don't mind me borrowing your line. But smoking is dead. Vaping is the future, and the future is now. This is Biggin coming at you tonight. Y'all have a great night and happy vaping.